Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift is in Singapore right now, and there are lots of things we can learn from this saga. Not from Taylor Swift, but from this saga, how Singapore managed to catch this big fish. And I think it's all very applicable to our investment philosophy in life. So let's watch on, shall we? So, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know that Taylor Swift is such a big hit. In fact, my knowledge of Taylor Swift is only in the song Love Story. For some of you, Taylor Swift is a lot more real because you are probably her fan. But for me, who don't, not a big follower of Ang Mo songs, I don't see Taylor Swift, that big an impact. But lo and behold, I was very wrong. Not only does she have a big impact, in US and some other places, and of course, when she comes to Singapore, there's a lot of prediction. I'll run through some numbers later. But she became very real in my life. Today, suddenly, of course, today is a concert. Suddenly, guess what? My 35,000 strong Telegram group, okay, which every day have hundreds or maybe thousands of messages, suddenly went silent. There are very few people talking. And my Premium Mall social media channels, Premium Mall is my e-commerce company with 200,000 fans, also went very quiet today. I was like, I didn't quite believe. So I actually did a poll and found that a quarter of my customers at Premium Mall are going to her concert. Wow, that's truly amazing. PIE has a traffic accident, multi-cars around just before her time of the opening of a concert. So all these are real impact that are happening in Singapore. On top of that, you see in the news, her party goers, her fans, tourists all coming in a big way. So how did Singapore manage to catch such a big fish? Well, it's not easy because our neighbors, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Philippines, and Thailand are all very TL with us for managing to book her exclusively. And in fact, one of the Philippines senator actually said that this is not an act of act that a friend should do on us. So I think that's quite interesting. So I did a lot of research and found exactly how Singapore did it. And I think that was amazing. And let's try to apply that in our stock market and our investment philosophy, shall we? So first of all, this thing actually started way ahead before Taylor Swift decided that her Eras tour will ever come to Asia. So somewhere around 2022, end of 2022, our Singapore Sports Hub committee actually decided that we're going to turn the Sport Hub into a place where marquee events like this will happen. And early 2023, they went all out to US to court Taylor Swift. And you need to know that there is huge foresight because at that point of time, we know that Taylor Swift is big, okay? But, we didn't know the Eras tour is going to be so big. So they actually went ahead and more importantly, actually talked to her agents and said, I know you haven't firmed up your plans for Asia, but if you choose to come to Asia, we would like to do business with you. So there was already a huge foresight to book her in advance. Now, what do we do to get her to come is even more interesting. These are the things we do. Of course, everybody say, Singapore, you rich, right? You throw money at her, that's why, right? No, it wasn't that easy, People are billionaires. Her net worth is 1.1 or 1.2 billion, right? A couple of millions of dollars are nothing to her. Of course, it does help. We throw, I was told that, rumors around 2 to 3 million USD or so. Those are very notional. But more importantly, what we did was we went ahead. So imagine right now there's a long queue. You are queue number 1. That's exactly what we did. We even sent Minister Edwin Tong over there to discuss with our agent, right? So I don't think other countries are smart enough to send a minister-grade negotiator over there, right? So things we do, right? Huge foresight to know that. And we actually then presented ourselves with a very nice infrastructure. We have Sports Hub, a huge indoor stadium. If you watch other concerts, which I watch online right now, a lot of places are open air, There was once Taylor Swift had to perform in the rain, I kid you not, and strum the guitar in the rain. And she was amazing, right? She's just spotting and would do it. But it wasn't easy. But Sports Hub, you actually could actually do an indoor, indoor event, right? So that's pretty amazing. I think Singapore being famous for security and safety also helped a lot in drawing Taylor Swift in as well. The ability to have huge amount of people coming in suddenly into Singapore, okay, and then get out, okay, which our transport hub in Singapore Airlines and Changi Airport is a great way to fly and great way to arrive and things like that. All this helped tremendously as well. I think government grants does help. STB came out and support with some government grants, rumored to be in the low millions, okay? That does help, but I don't think that is enough. Taylor Swift is a billionaire, right? I think she's rumored that net worth is worth 1.1 or 1.2 billion dollars. So a couple, kacang putih type of grants, I don't think matters as much. But what truly matters is that we are first in the queue, talking to her, persuading her. Then on top of that, we present Singapore safe, secure, great infrastructure, indoor stadium. You may not know, but there are places where Taylor Swift had to perform and there was a huge downfall and she was totally drenched and she got to go on with her show playing her guitar, right? So that is a big plus that we have Sports Hub to be able to do that. On top of that, we have all the connectivity from Southeast Asia globally as well into Singapore Changi Airport and pull out easily. I think that's a great attraction as well. So all this is a huge plus. Plus on top of that, Singapore have a huge Swiftie fan base. So all this comes about as a huge plus to Taylor Swift. Why would she not come? Why would she not want to do this exclusively for us? The last is the last on the foresight part on the negotiator is that they actually negotiated for her to arrive in Singapore at the tail end of her Asia tour. We did not do it in the middle, we did not do it in the beginning, we do it at tail end because we booked for 3 days. And because it's at the tail end, she could easily extend for another 2 or 3 days, which she did. So total, we have 6 days. If I'm not wrong, 6 days is the longest she ever performed in a city. So this is great foresight and great insight by our Singapore government, and we should be very proud of them. As a result, 60,000 seats were booked one night, for 6 consecutive at 300,000 tickets, that's pretty amazing, right? So the total uplift to the economy is rumored to be $500 million. $500 million. Hotels booking are up many times. All the ticketing to all the tourist attraction was up by 20 times or so. These are pretty amazing numbers, right? We call this in economics positive externality, and it's truly amazing that one lady, one tour can such a huge impact to a city economy. And it is estimated that she alone in this Eras tour in Singapore will lift up Singapore GDP by a quarter point in this quarter. That's truly amazing, right? It's truly amazing. So, of course, now in hindsight, right? In hindsight, Indonesia, Philippines, Hong Kong, and Thailand all see that, wow, Taylor Swift has such huge tourism draw and local economy uplift. They all want her, right? And they realize that we have locked her out of all these places, and she has to perform exclusively in Singapore. Of course, they are all not happy. Well, you know what I want to say? If you guys are so good, you could have done the same thing as Singapore. Don't tell me a few $1 million you all cannot afford, right? Your countries are as rich, maybe even more rich than Singapore in terms of total GDP. So, to come to Singapore, the first thing is foresight. Well, it is an incredible foresight of these people to be able to see that Taylor Swift Eras Tour is such a big hit and go all out to court her and present to her the plans, okay? Have the foresight to say that come at the end of the tour to Singapore and not in the middle or the beginning, so that if you want to extend, you can extend, which she did eventually, and therefore create more positive impact to our economy. The second thing after foresight that is most important is decisiveness and acting quickly. Decisiveness and acting quickly is absolutely important because, because we were fast, we went to queue number 1 and therefore have a chance to speak to her. We got ministers to talk to the organizers as well, and and therefore these are all very proactive and decisive things. All the things that we have done, our neighbors could have done them also, but they didn't. Is because we had the foresight and acted fast and acted decisively. Third thing I want to say is when there are outsized return, go for the kill. The foresight, the decisiveness, the quick action, and going for the kill reminds me of a little journey I took in 2022 during the market crash. Somewhere around June, July, I had the opportunity that come across a very insignificant YouTuber who found out that a few key leading indicators of the CPI actually came flat. Things like oil prices, things like timber, things like certain food material, used car prices came flat. That of course have played to my strength, because as a trained economist, I could actually see that this is really the first sign of a inflationary flattening out. And I went in for the kill very decisively. In that 1 month, many of you saw I fired, I think, $600,000-$700,000 in the stock market. Every shot I fired, I published it so you all could see. And guess what? In time to come, the whole stock market rallied up, and today, of course, is hitting high after high after high. I think a total in this whole crash, I threw in about $1 million or so. Now, this thing repeats itself in life, right? The ability to have foresight, acting decisively and quickly, and when you see outsized returns, in the future, go for the kill. This thing repeats itself in business, repeats itself in stock market, maybe repeats itself in other aspects of your life as well. So I think that we should all be very proud of our Singapore government in being able to catch Taylor Swift to come to Singapore and yield all these incredible fruits of return. So I hope that you will too, learn from this experience and apply the same principles in your life as well. So with this, enjoy Taylor Swift, enjoy her music, and enjoy this outsized return we are all enjoying right now. We'll see you in a day or two. Bye-bye.